All right, everybody. This is the teacher once again. I've got my corona mask on and I've socially distanced myself from my entire family. My cats are COVID-free, so they're allowed to be near me. I hope everyone out there is COVID-free as well. And today I am answering your TOEFL questions again because I care. All right, so let's get to it. Now, in the last video, that one was pretty long. I'm going to try to keep this one a little bit shorter and answer more questions. So let's get to it. The first question, hi, how much time does the preparation for the TOEFL exam take? And that's from Mohammed. Well, hello, Mohammed. Thank you for the question. And I did talk about this in the last video. The answer is, it depends on the person. I don't know if I said that in the last video, but it depends on the person. However, I always suggest that you should have at least 3 months to prepare. The reason for that is because it takes at least a month to prepare. You could certainly do it in a week. You could do it in 2 weeks. You could probably do it in 3 days, but you're probably not going to get very good results from it. So you need to have at least 3 months. The reason for that is because then you can go through the lessons of the course. You can study every single part of the exam. And with my courses, you can go through each of the lessons, take one lesson a day, maybe 2 or 3 lessons a day, do all the different practices. And then at the end of the month, you still have time to go back and review. And then you have time to take a break and relax a little bit and let all that information sink in and go back and do some reviewing. And then you have time to relax before the exam. That's the best way to do it. So yes, you can prepare for the exam in about a month, but you should have at least 3 months to prepare. That way, you're going to get the best score possible. And that's my suggestion. But like I said, it really depends on each person. Some people study fast. Some people absorb information really well. Other people need to do a lot of review. But 3 months, that's my best answer. All right, so thank you, Mohammed. Next one. This is from, I would say Joaquin, but I do have a student in Spain who pronounces his name like this as Joaquin. So I'm not exactly sure which one it is, but I'll say Joaquin. So Joaquin says, thanks for your suggestion. Please, could you publish a video with a spiking excessive? Well, first of all, that's not proper English. And so a little tough love here is I think that one of the first things that you need to work on is a little bit of vocabulary and also English sentence structure before you even worry about the speaking. So I've translated this message into what I think that you meant. Thanks for your, it should be Y-O-U-R. Thanks for your suggestion. And I'm guessing that was the suggestion to have people write in with their questions about what they want help with. Could you please make a video about the speaking section? Well, like I said in the last video, I have made a ton of them. Now, this is how you find them. First, you go to the TOEFL Excellence video YouTube channel, click on playlists. You see right here, the speaking section, 21 videos. That's a lot of videos, and that's about every single question and task. Boy, it's hard to breathe in this thing. That's for every single question and task in the speaking section. So, yeah, there you go. And that's for Joaquin. I have already made a lot of videos about the speaking section, and I go very thoroughly into every single question type. If you want to get even more information about that, I suggest taking the course, either how to answer every question and fulfill every task on the TOEFL IBT exam, or the TOEFL Dominator, full TOEFL IBT training system. And if you take these courses, you will definitely see all of these videos in those lessons, but also you'll have the reading parts of the lessons that will make the videos make much more sense. And one of the ways that I've designed the courses is that I repeat a lot of information because of the fact that and I talked about this in the last video, when we're studying something, we generally only retain about 30% of what we study. So repetition helps to retain information. So you will see that through all of the courses. So thank you, Joaquin. All right, so this is from Santo. Santo says, thanks, teacher, for all Me, I want to talk fluently English and be able to understand native talking. If teacher, you can use video, it will be helpful for me. Thanks for all. Okay, so, excuse me, I don't have to wear this thing because I'm not in a grocery store. All right, so excuse my puffy eyes. I just woke up, but I thought that this video was important. Let me get this stupid thing off. We don't need that. All right, so Santo, first of all, I'm going to correct some of your English here. So, thank you, teacher, for all. Well, you're very welcome. Thank you for sending me a message. I want to be able to speak fluently in English. So, preposition there. Also, you can notice that there's some corrections in the punctuation. You don't need a space after a comma. You do need a space after a period. All right, so I want to be able to speak fluently in English. I think that's the goal for most people that learn English, and to be able to comprehend native English speaking. Also a very good thing, especially when most native speakers are not very good at speaking in their own native tongue. They use a lot of phrasal verbs, idioms, metaphors, and a lot of incorrect English. That's why I correct myself a lot, because I grew up with all those bad habits that native English speakers have. So if you can use video, it will be helpful for me. Thanks for everything. Well, you're welcome. I'm using video right now. Now, these questions are not necessarily directly related to the TOEFL. They certainly will help. But as far as speaking, first of all, I mean, we can have one-on-one sessions. You can go to the main site. Let's see if I can get there quickly enough. I'll just load it up and go back here. And all right, so you can schedule one-on-one sessions with me over Skype or Zoom. We can do it that way. Otherwise, you can also, another suggestion that a lot of teachers make is that you find some people in your own area that are English speakers, or at least learning English, and try to do some practice with them. The other suggestion that I hear all the time is you should watch videos in English. That's a good idea as long as the people in the videos are speaking proper English, or that they have good English skills. So if they don't, then you're learning the bad English that they're using. And so I don't recommend any popular movies that are aimed at people between the ages of 18 and 20 something. You know, those college comedy movies. Those are typically filled with slang terms, poppy phrases, and things that really shouldn't be said. So as far as speaking, it's really just about practice. Like I said, we can do that together. You can't do speaking practice over a video. If you want, you can take this video. If I'm speaking too fast, you can go to the little controls. I don't know if I can show this to you because I'm not a YouTube professional, as you can probably tell. But anyways, whenever you're watching a video, there's a little icon of like a wheel at the bottom of the screen, and you can click that and choose playback speed, and you can make it go in slow motion. That way you can understand if I am speaking too fast. You can just imitate the things that I say, but that's not the best way to practice speaking. Now, since I'm in Eastern Europe, and I think that you were writing from somewhere in Africa, I don't recall exactly, but we're obviously not near each other. So unless we did it over the internet, that would be a little bit difficult. So you can also try to find a tutor in your area to practice speaking with, but I would just find other people that you know, or people that are in your same peer group or age group. I don't know how old you are. And try to do practice with them. I know it's one of those common cliche sentences, and it's like one of those things that's kind of uncomfortable to do unless it's organized by the language school that you're going to, if you are. And I know that most language schools are closed right now. So what I'm trying to say is it's a little bit tough for me to make a video on how to improve your speaking skills. That's one of those things that just takes practice. And you should also listen to people who are very eloquent in their speech. Now, I don't agree with a lot of the things that are said in the TED Talk videos, but the people who are speaking are very intelligent and highly educated people in most cases, and so therefore they usually are very good at speaking. So you can find any of those videos by going to YouTube. Let's open up another tab here. TED Talks. So if you go to TED Talks, you find TED. There's also something called TEDx. That's like the I don't know, it's still official. But anyway, TED or TED Talks, you can go there and you're going to listen to people who are good at speaking. They're educated people. They're going to use proper sentence structure, even if they're not a native speaker. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing that. Okay, no beer today, just coffee. Whoops, let's go back. Okay, so sorry, Sam, too, you also asked about comprehending native English speaking. This is another great feature about TED. Now, on YouTube, you don't have this feature, but TED also has their own website. I'm not going to go through how to get there because you should already understand how to find a website on the internet. So if you go to their website, they also have all of the videos there, and you can see a transcript of the video as you're watching it. So you can read and listen at the same time. That way, if they're saying something where their pronunciation is a little unclear and you're not sure what they're saying, you can read it and you get the words as well. You can also have everything translated into just about every language on the planet. So that's a good one for all skills. Reading, listening. As far as speaking, you could practice speaking along with it. It's kind of an awkward thing to do, but that's probably my best suggestion. And I'm really surprised that I've never ever heard any other teacher suggest that. They always say, watch YouTube videos, watch videos on YouTube. Oh my God, it's so awesome. I make fun of them because it seems that they completely miss the fact that a lot of people that make videos on YouTubes are idiots. Make videos on YouTubes, I said. YouTube. See, I sound like an old guy. So yeah, just don't watch poppy videos. Don't watch American TV shows. They're entertaining, but the language that they use is not good. Watch some educated discussions and talks. Watch professors speak, things like that. People that you know are smart. That's a great way. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, Sam, too. Like I said, it's hard to answer part of this over the internet, but that's my cat, if you can hear that in the background. Let's move on. All right. I think I missed the name because I didn't change that. So for whoever wrote this one, it's Queen Lydia. Okay, this is from Queen Lydia. Queen Lydia wrote, and if you're a queen, please send me money because I'm trying to build a business and I'm doing it from working a part-time job in Eastern Europe and it's a little difficult. So if you're actually a queen, please send me money so I can become successful. All right, thank you. Hi, hope you're well. Actually, I just want to read more about TOEFL, les chants. And after that, I'll present my exam kind. Regards. Okay, so this is a French word. Even though I have a French name, I'm not really fluent in French, but I looked it up and found out that means lessons, if the translator worked correctly. So let's correct this. Hi, period. I hope that you are well. Thank you. I hope that you are well too. Actually, I just want to read more about the TOEFL. Well, dun dun dun. Full online TOEFL courses. You can read about them as much as you want to. And you're going to learn. There's a lot to read in these courses, Queen Lydia. I know I've spoken to you about them before, but my answer is not going to be different. If you want to learn about the TOEFL, you should take the course because there are no other lessons that I can send you that are free, that are worth anything more than what is in the course. And right now, the courses are incredibly affordable. These numbers that you see on the screen are actually twice of what it normally costs because everything is 50% off now. And now I said you should not try to do it in 1 month. This is only for people who have an emergency situation because I have a lot of people write to me saying that they have less than 3 months to prepare. Well, I don't blame them. They probably didn't know that they should have 3 months. So 3 months access. It says $59.95. Click on it. It goes to the checkout page. The checkout page is loading slow. Okay, so it goes to the checkout page and you see that it is half of that price. It's $29.97. That is the deal of the century because after this COVID thing, it's going back up to full price. It's going to be over $100 for the same course because it's well worth it. All right, so that's the best way, Lydia. That you can read about not only the entire format of the exam, but you can read very, very descriptive, fully thorough explanations of absolutely every single question and task type. You can read about the scoring. You can read about everything. You can read about what to expect on exam day, you're not going to find a better resource than that anywhere on the internet. That's my opinion, but I completely believe it. So thank you, Queen Lydia. I suggest taking one of my courses. All right, so this is from Kamara. Thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot. I was wondering how to even start since I have not registered for any date exams yet. I will look forward to prepare well. Okay, so first of all, I would start by learning basic punctuation because there's no punctuation in this long sentence, and you need to know sentence structure. That's a good place to start because in your written explanations, you need to have proper sentence structure and proper punctuation. Otherwise, you're going to lose points, even if the ideas that are presented are very good. This is the edited version. Thank you so much, period. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate your message. I really appreciate it. Me too. I was wondering how to even start. That's a good point. That's something very important for most people. Since I have not registered for the exam yet, but I will look forward to preparing well. Good. Well, you have the right attitude, that's for sure. And also, it's actually good that you have not registered if you have not started preparing. You should never register for the exam if you haven't done any preparation. You should prepare first and then register. Now, it is possible to register for the exam more than 3 months into the future, but not in every location. That's why you should go check the TOEFL testing dates and locations, which you can find on the TOEFL portal. I think I showed that last time, but I definitely show it in one of the videos. Let me open that up while I'm doing this. Oh, so getting back to what I said about hiring me for one-on-one services for the other person, you can find the information about my services on this page. I also spoke about that in the last video. Let's go to the TOEFL portal, and while that's loading, I'll go back here. So, as I mentioned before, you should give yourself at least 3 months to prepare for the exam. That way you have plenty of time and you have absolutely no stress. And then once you have a system to start preparing, you can register while you're still preparing, but you should not register for the exam unless you already have a course. Here's where you find the TOEFL testing dates. You can pick the name of your country. Let's just say it was in S. Let's pick South Africa. Okay, so South Africa, you can see here the dates go out to August, the end of August, the end of May. It shows when it was last updated, so I guess I'll have to update that after this video. But you can see that the dates go out more than 1 or 2 months. I've been going through the dates even this morning. And basically right now, the dates that are released as of today go to the end of September. Not in every single place and not at every location. So there might be more than one location in the country you're in. And one city might have 2 or 3 testing dates between now and the end of September. Another city or town might have 20 or 30. So you really have to check that. But just to summarize, how to start? Well, first of all, get yourself into a program to start learning. You can find that. You can also send me another message and I will explain that to you much more thoroughly, because otherwise to go through the details in this video might be a little bit boring. But find yourself an exam, start preparing, and then register. That's the best way you can do it. You can find the course. Go to the TOEFL Excellence site, click on the courses, click here, then you get to this page. Here are the 4 full courses. Also, another way that you can start is going to the free courses, free TOEFL preparation courses, and we have the What You Need to Know Before Registering for the TOEFL IBT Exam. This is a free course. It's free. All you have to do is register. And see, look, $0. If you add to cart or pay now, you're not going to actually pay anything. You just go through the registration process. And also, in the coming weeks, this page is going to look different because I don't like the way this button looks, and I want it to be completely not confusing in any way. It should be completely obvious. So I'm in the process of changing the look of this page, but the functionality will be the same. So this is a free course, What You Need to Know and Do Before Registering for the TOEFL Exam. That will answer a lot of the questions that people send me almost on a daily basis. So I hope that helps, Kamara. Basically, find yourself a course, get in the course, start preparing, then register. That's how you start. Start with the free course. That will give you a lot of information, and it only takes like 5 minutes to go through the course. It's like 11 lessons of just the most important things that you need to do. All right, so moving on. This is from Kazadi. English grammar and listening skills. Thanks. Okay. Well, that is a much bigger topic than I can cover in not even just a few minutes, but I couldn't cover this in 100 videos. So if you need to improve your English grammar skills for the TOEFL, then you should take an English course. If you need to improve listening skills, definitely this just requires practice. So listen to my videos, listen to me speaking. If you don't understand anything, then definitely send me a message. Now, in the last video, I mentioned that there is another YouTube channel, which is very popular. And I'm not going to mention the name because I don't necessarily think that it's a good way to prepare for the exam. But like I said, the examples that they use on that website give you good examples of the reading and listening, speaking. Sorry, let me start over. It gives you good examples of the reading passages and the audio files that you might find in the exam, so you can practice your listening skills. Just realize that it's not going to teach you anything about those different sections. But if you need practice just listening with comprehension, you can listen to those files, but they don't have any transcript. So if you're just talking about basic listening skills, do the same thing as I mentioned with the other person. I believe it was Santo. We're going to TED or TEDx and go to the website of TED, watch the videos there, pull up the transcript, and read along with them. Maybe I'll do a more thorough video on that. That seems like a good idea for a video. As far as English grammar, I am working on the grammar portal and on GiveMeSomeEnglish. In fact, I was going to sit down to do that today, but then I realized that I've got a lot more questions that I need to go to, so I wanted to get this video out first. However, this is also something which I will probably do a single video about, but the specific English grammar skills that you will need on the TOEFL exam. And by saying that you will need this is, first of all, you will need it to comprehend the reading passages and the instructions. And also you will need that for being able to deliver your spoken response and your written response is the basic verb structures, present perfect, present simple, past, all the basics, structures to be able to express yourself perfectly. So just find an intermediate grammar book or lesson book. I know in most parts of the world, maybe not in America, but it's pretty easy to find those types of books online. Not saying you should do anything illegal, but I live in Eastern Europe, and almost every student that I have has a ton of collections of textbooks, and they're asking me, oh, is this a good textbook that I should use? And sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. And usually they're just pirated from the internet. So don't go pirating any information. Don't do anything illegal. But if you can find an intermediate English grammar book, that is the level of English grammar skills that you should have. I am working on lessons for that, but I'm just one man. I don't have a team. I don't have employees. I've got my wife that helps me with some things, but honestly, it's going to take a little bit of time, but I am working on that. And I will make a video about the specific grammar skills that you need. First of all, you're going to be able to need to express yourself by talking about something that happened in the past. So that's present perfect. I know a lot of people think, oh, present perfect. Oh, no, it's actually not difficult to learn present perfect. It's talking about a thing in the past that has an effect on now. So learn the different sentence structures of, how to use present perfect to talk about the past or talk about some situation that happened in your life and how it has an effect on now. You'll also need that for the writing part. You'll have to be able to learn how to express opinions in English. So present perfect, expressing opinions. What else? Adjectives. You need to use lots of good adjectives when you're doing the speaking and writing, because if you just have a very simple sentence, you can have a perfect grammar using nothing but simple sentences, but you're not going to get a high score because you should be beyond simple sentences. You should be able to formulate complex sentences, complex compound sentences using adjectives properly, meaning that they go in front of the noun, or when you're using a stative verb like looks, he looks angry. Okay, so there the adjective is going after the noun, but typically in basic English sentence structure, the adjective goes in front of the noun. That's something which is different from some languages. So sentence structure, present perfect, the basic verb tenses, how to express your opinion, and that's the quick rundown. Like I said, all of those things deserve videos on your own. And honestly, there are a lot of other people out there that have far more subscribers than I do, who have been doing this longer than I have, and they have lots of videos about all of these aspects of English. I certainly would like to have that at some point, but I don't right now, and I want to help you. So I would say that as far as other English videos that I've seen on YouTube that I actually really like, and I would go with the Engvid videos. They have a number of different teachers within their whole channel. Ronnie is my favorite. She's cool. I feel like if Ronnie and I met in real life, we'd be friends. I hope so. Hey, Ronnie. And that's pretty much it. So those basic grammar things that I mentioned, if you don't remember, go back, rewind this video a bit, and then write down the things that I said. Present perfect, sentence structure, expressing opinions, and also punctuation. You need to know punctuation, as you've seen from the edits of some of the other ones. All right, I think this next one is the last one. Yep, it's the last one, and it's a big one. This is from Sukaina. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Sukaina says, thank you for your email. You're welcome. Thank you for yours. I appreciate your help, and I appreciate you saying that. I'm actually preparing for my TOEFL test for the 1st of May, next month. Actually, that's very soon. That's like less than 2 weeks away. I don't know what date it is today. It's the weekend. I don't need to know the date. Okay, so that's coming up real soon. I'm really stressed about the reading section. I understand. That's the one section that in the traditional language schools, when they're teaching TOEFL courses, when I was teaching my TOEFL course, the administrators of the school actually said, don't worry about the reading section. They don't need to learn about that. Just go focus mostly on the speaking and writing. Just do a little bit of reading, a little bit of listening. They don't need to learn that. Everybody knows that. That is a huge mistake. For you administrators of language schools, you're doing it wrong. Oh, man. So I understand how you could be stressed out. The reading section is the biggest section in the entire exam. But what I'm telling you is don't be stressed. Take a deep breath. And then just go through my videos. You probably don't have, well, you absolutely do not. Let me go back here. You do not have enough time to go through a TOEFL course. If you want to do one of the full courses, you can do one of the 1 month access. Remember, the price is half of what it says here. You're certainly going to get a lot more out of it. It really just depends on how motivated you are. But honestly, I would say that the best thing for you, and you're not going to have to spend any money to do this, is go to the videos that I have on the TOEFL Excellence YouTube channel, which you should already be subscribed to. Watch the videos there. There's a lot of them, and some of them are 20 minutes long. Some of them are, I think there's a couple that might even be more than a half hour. They're long, but it's worth it. And you have time to watch them all. And you're going to feel a lot better about the reading section after you watch those videos. I promise you. That's a promise that you can actually make. When you see all of these other teachers and schools and websites that say, I can guarantee you 10-point improvement on your TOEFL exam, there's no way that they can guarantee that. That's just marketing. They're messing with your minds. Nobody can guarantee that you're going to improve by 10 points because they don't know how well you're going to study, how hard you're going to study, how serious you're going to take it. Some people might see that like, oh, great, I'm going to improve my score by 10 points just by taking this course. And then they get in the course and they don't do anything. And then they wonder why they actually got a lower score. They can't guarantee you a higher score. I can tell you that with all of my students who have taken my courses and who have been my students in a normal language school about the TOEFL, the ones that took it seriously and actually did what I said to do, and didn't think that they were smarter than me and that they could do it some other way, like, oh, yeah, that's a good idea, but I'm going to do it my way. That's fine if you're really intelligent and you have the skills to do it. You can do it your own way. I'm not saying my way is the only way, but my way is a good way. And if you, so for those students that did it my way before they came up with their own way, they did really well, and they did get a 10, 15 point higher score than they did in a practice exam or in a previous exam. The ones that didn't do well, it's because they didn't put in the work. So that's absolutely necessary. So when they say we can guarantee you 10 points, blah, 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 it's not true. They can't guarantee that. And if they did, and you didn't get it, then you should get your money back. So no one can guarantee anything, but the point I was making about that is that if you really watch those videos and listen and maybe take notes and pay attention to the little tricks and tips that I give on how to find the specific information, how to eliminate the information that you don't need, you're going to feel a lot better. You really don't need to be stressed out. You're going to do fine. I can tell by the sentence that you wrote, because I didn't have to correct any of it. I can tell that it, like, I don't know how long it took you to write that, but it seemed very natural. And so I'm guessing that your English skills are very good already. So just take a deep breath, watch the videos, and you're going to do just fine. You do have a little bit of time left, not much, but you have enough time. You can get through those videos and you're going to do great. And if you have any other questions, please send me another message. I'm going to send you a personal message directly to let you know that I've addressed your ideas in this video, in case you don't get the one on the newsletter. But that's pretty much my advice for that. I have more questions that I need to get to, but this one got moved to this video because of the time reference. So I'm going through all the videos and finding out which ones are the most important as far as, the time. All of them are important to me. But if I didn't get to your question in this video, I will very soon. I'm getting to all of them. And that's pretty much it. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for stopping by and listening to me. And make sure you wear your mask when you go out in public, because there's diseases flying everywhere. I'm just kidding. You're going to be fine. This is all just a scare tactic to keep everybody inside, and that's a great time to study the TOEFL exam. So everybody have a great day. Wear your masks when you go out in public, and remember to study for the TOEFL. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Goodbye. Nope, wrong way. Where is it? Here it is.